Alright, what is going on, guys? HCJam is here, back with another Ultra Street Fighter 4 commentary. The matches you're going to be seeing in the background, you don't have to watch them if you don't want to, but they're there anyway. They're going to be about 4 or 5 matches I pulled from my battle log because I needed something to talk over, as I haven't spoken to you guys for about, I'd say about a month, but no, probably less, probably about 2 or 3 weeks. It has been a while. But you know, just to give you guys a couple of notifications, updates, sort of things, what's been going on with me. So first thing is, if you haven't noticed already, or you guys haven't seen me tweet it or talk about it in some way, shape or form, I am part of 2 teams. The first one being UM, which stands for Unequaled Media. And just to give you guys a brief description on what Unequal Media is, they pretty much, currently, they are the #1, site, or the #1 people that are streaming Street Fighter 4 for, they're the place to go to if you want to see some high-level Street Fighter 4 action, based in London, UK. So shoutouts to my Unequal Media team. I'll leave the link to their Twitters, Facebook, their actual website, so you can go check them out yourselves and you can learn more about the team yourself. That is one of the teams I'm representing. The second team I'm representing is Mash on Pad, MOP for short. Those are the initials in my gamer tag. And pretty much those guys, I've known them personally for a while. And pretty much they do everything that's pretty much not Street Fighter 4. They do play Street Fighter 4, but they do fighting games revolving around Street Fighter 4. And that's the other team I'm representing, so shout outs to them. I've known individuals between both teams, both Unequal Media and Mash on Pad, so now that I'm representing them, it's only natural that I'm representing them. Not sound cocky or anything, but it's just the way it works, sort of thing in life. But shout outs to all the members in both Unequal Media and both Mash on Pad. But hey, I'm representing those 2 teams now, so it's good to be representing them. And, finally, or not even finally, next thing I want to say is I do apologize for the video content that's been uploaded recently, the lack of video content, and, if you're a Street Fighter 4 fan, or you come here for fighting game content and you've been seeing a lot of Kingdom Hearts videos, I'm going to be apologizing for that, because I've been uploading Kingdom Hearts, I finished uploading the story to Kingdom Hearts 2, because I was uploading it for a particular audience that wanted to see Kingdom Hearts 2 from me, and now that I've stopped, I'm going to be putting the brakes on Kingdom Hearts videos for about 2 or 3 weeks, because I've got to, I'm busy with university work and doing teamwork for Unequal Media and Mash on Pad. Kingdom Hearts videos will be back in your faces, unfortunately, for the next couple of weeks, or not now, but within a couple of weeks I'll start uploading them again, so I do apologize about that. And I will bring you guys more fighting game content. It's just that right now in university, I'm doing a 10,000 word dissertation, and that's proving not to be easy. And the deadline's within 16 or 17 days. And I've only done half of 10,000 words, so I'll let you guys do the maths on that. But guys, that is pretty much it for the notifications and updates. But now we're gonna go and jump straight in for the the main topic for the remainder of this video. Now, if you can't tell from the title, if you can't tell what's left or right, what's right and wrong, I'm going to be talking about, in today's topic is Capcom Pro Tour 2015. That's going to be the main topic today, and my personal thoughts on the season, or this year's season. So, if you don't know what the Capcom Pro Tour is, I'm just going to give you a brief description. It is pretty much, it's a seasonal turn of events, I guess you could say, for Street Fighter 4. So, there's going to be a bunch of tournaments, a bunch of events held in the year. It's a yearly tournament sort of thing. So how you do traditional sports, where you kind of go and you traditional sports where they go and face other teams, football or soccer in America, basketball, rugby, they all do their thing throughout the season, and then at the end there's probably there's a trophy, there's a prize, or they're going to play for keeps at the end. And that's pretty much what the Pro Tour is. It's just the main game, the main attraction is going to be about Ultra Street Fighter 4, and there's going to be a lot of events throughout the year, and people or players have to go out to these events and either win them, or they're going to have to kind of get up to, or get a lot of ranking points to be entered into the tournament, which is going to be the end of the year. But what's happening is there's going to be 32 spots this year. 16 of them are going to be premier spots. So what that means is, if you win a premier event, you will automatically go into Capcom Cup, or the Capcom Cup final that's going to be held in December. 15 of those spaces are going to be due to ranking points. And what it means are ranking points, what better example to use than talk about Ultra Street Fighter 4's leaderboard rankings for characters. So, if you were the #1 for a current character, let's say Hugo, let's say the #1 Hugo is going to Capcom Cup. And that just gave me an idea as to what Capcom should do next year. But we leave it for another time. And then one spot, that last remaining spot, because I did say 16 and 15. If you add those two numbers, you get 31. The last remaining spot is for the previous season's winner. So there's a spot strictly reserved for the your Ken boy Momochi himself. So he's going to be attending Capcom Pro Tour 2015 season's Cup Finals as well. But that's pretty much the brief description. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the 32 spots, which I've just said. Now, personally, I think that's a lot better than it was last season and the season before that. But because last season there was 16 spots, and what those 16 spots brought was a variety, a sort of international variety to the event. Because one problem about Capcom Pro Tour was, when it first came about, was it was too North American heavy. So a lot of international players had to go and fly to America just to play Street Fighter 4 and probably not win, or probably have a tough time trying to qualify for the Capcom Pro Tour finals because they wanted to be a part of it. But now that there's double the spots there was last year, because last year was 16, now there's 32. It gives more people a motivation, an incentive to kind of go out and play Street Fighter 4. And the great part about that is there's going to be, obviously, I said all the events, the premier events, are divided equally into each region, and it just makes it easier for players to go in their respective regions and do some damage, and then hey, they're gonna go to San Diego in December and do some more damage and probably win some money on the cup. But yeah, I think it just brings more player variety to it, and it's gonna add a lot of killers and probably show us some hidden talent that we've never seen in the world. So that is a plus sign for the top, or for having 32 players in the Capcom Pro Tour finals. And hopefully, I think it's a top 8 are going to be best 3 out of 5. That's going to be even better as well. The next thing I'd say is character variety, which it kind of just links into the player variety. When you have the players, it's going to depend on what characters they're going to pick. So last year we saw a Blanca, which I bet you in the whole time you'd actually be alive, you would never expect a Blanca to be in Capcom Pro Tour finals. So that just makes it even more hype and even more exciting and interesting to watch, because now I'm curious to see what players are going to come in and what characters they're going to use and what characters we're going to see in the finals, and how they're going to change the opinions of the public on how these characters are used in tournament play and how good they are just in general. So player variety, character variety. The next thing I'd say is money. I've said this before, Ultra Street Fighter 4 has had a lot of financial backing in the past, because that's the game that Capcom want to push out until Street Fighter 5 comes out. And 2013 Capcom Pro Tour, they done it. It was a celebration of all the Capcom games, so Street Fighter Cross Tekken, Ultimate Marvel, and Street Fighter 4. And they got players in their respective communities to duke it out and see which one was the best. Who could be you were the best Ultimate Marvel player, Cross Tekken player, Street Fighter 4. And then 2014, they just strictly baited it to Street Fighter 4 because I wouldn't say they said Marvel and Cross Tekken were a waste of time, but it's just that Street Fighter 4 was the game everyone was playing, and that got the most attention. So they just kind of dumbed the Pro Tour down, 16 players and one game, and just threw money at it, which is more respectable. But the downside to 2014 season was 2013's winner for Street Fighter 4 didn't get invited to the Pro Tour finals, which was Sakanoko. But now they've kind of made amends of that and implemented it into this season, so now Momochi is going to be invited this season. So this is a whole learning process, the Pro Tour thing. So it's like, personally, I don't think they'll ever get it right. So I'm not saying that they're not going to get it right completely, but it's like they're going to implement new things into the next season, and then that's going to cause or kind of develop more mistakes to be made. One thing I don't want to see this year is an iPad DJ, because that thing was just horrendous. He was unique in his own way. I'm not saying he was completely bad. It's just, that's me personally. I don't want to see an iPad DJ. That was terrible. Just hire a band, a legit band or something. I don't know. That's me personally. But it is a learning process. They're not going to make everything correct. They're gonna do the season. They're gonna say, what did you think? What was good? What was bad? And they're gonna take all the bad and try and make amends, and they're gonna carry on with the good. So I'm definitely curious to see how this season will pan out and what players are going to be a part of that. So I've said money, character variety, player variety, and it's good. I'd say if you can be a part of this season, some sort of way, shape or form, then do it. Because it's great to be part of it. Obviously, if you're not going to be one of those top 32 players, if you could be a help out at a premier spot in your region or in your country, your hometown, That'd be great, because you know you are somehow part of the Pro Tour, and that's what I'm gonna try and do this year as well. Be a part of it, not so much as one of those top 32 players, because guys, I'm not the best player on the planet. I'm certainly not the worst, but I'm not the best, and I'm not a qualified top 32 specialist here in Street Fighter 4, because it's not my main game. But I'd say the one thing in particular I'm gonna be interested or keen to be keeping an eye out is the hidden talent that might come out of nowhere, because there's more spots and more people are going to be put on the spotlight. They're going to put probably their hometown or country on the map. Obviously we're going to see our usual suspects, the criminal suspects, Daigo, the Infiltration, the Punkos, the Shans, maybe some Snake Eyes, maybe some Knuckle Dew. I don't know. It's gonna be a heated year this year, and the one thing that's definitely going to keep me on my toes is the players that are going to qualify. I think the ranking points are going to be more hype than the premier events, because the premier events, when you want it, you can sit back and train and watch other people qualify, and then I'm surprised Evo wasn't a premier event, but hey, you're gonna get a large sum of points from Evo, you're gonna get a large sum of money from that, so when you win Evo, you'll be in a driving seat for about 2 or 3 months, hopefully. But the character variety as well, like I said, it will change the opinions of the public, see how they see characters. And obviously the money, if money's not an incentive, a big enough incentive, then I don't know what is. But guys, let me know in that comment section, what do you think about this year's Pro Tour season? Obviously you can check on the Pro Tour website as to what's going on specifically, because I've only highlighted probably the stuff that only people, all of us, the public, that want to know. And obviously most of us are going to be stream viewers, so that does affect us in a way as well. What do you think as a stream viewer? What do you think of the money, with the financial backing being involved? 500 grand, that's a large sum of money being involved in a seasonal event for a game like Street Fighter 4. And what do you think? What players do you think are going to be in there? Obviously there's going to be usuals that kind of be like default. I think they're just going to qualify hands down. And then what characters do you think are going to be in the Pro Tour? There's lots of things that you could say about the Pro Tour, but there's so little time to say, especially in this commentary here. But it's one of those things where it's open for debate. It is a moot point, but I'd say the consensus is, I personally feel the consensus is Daigo is going to be amongst those top 32. The consensus is, I believe, Infiltration is going to be amongst those top 32. Everyone else, it's ups and downs. It depends on how hungry these players are. Hidden talent, the world's looking for you. Seriously, there's some players I didn't even see at the past weekend or the past tournament this weekend at Cannes. I never even heard about before. But and now we've seen them got a little bit of spotlight. But hey, it's all for debate. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this commentary. Hopefully it wasn't too rough-edged and all over the place. But hey, I'm doing this late at night. But this has been your boy HC Jammers, and I'll see you guys next time.